Hi everyone, Fabiana here from Creative Swimwear, and I've been making for myself a few pieces like this one. That's the one we'll be making today. And so this top is made from the top, from the neck down to the bottom, and that's the top down technique. And so I'll be using to make this top, I'll be using this yarn here. That's the colorway that I used. Not sure if you can find this. I bought this yarn in Australia, so I'm not sure if you can find every single color, but I'll be sharing a link on the description below for similar yarn like I always do. Okay, this is like 8-ply mercerized cotton. It's a really soft cotton, really nice to work with, but it's thicker than what we normally use for swimwear. So this is the hook that I use, 4.5 millimeters. You can use 5 as well. Just be aware always that it can change the size. I'll be actually measuring this top, and I'm gonna be posting the measurement of this one because this is a medium. As you can see, it fits me. I'm gonna show you the back of it too. That's the back of it. That's how it looks like. And there are the arms, and that's the granny. These grannies are really nice. It's a different design. This granny I chose on Pinterest, and I really liked it. It is easy to make as well. So this top I made in like one afternoon. It was like quite easy and also very fast, and I'm really happy with the results. I like how colorful it is. You can even use on top of long sleeve shirts and that on the winter. And I ended up not finishing the sleeves because I like that, but you can finish the sleeves with the edging you want. You can finish these. And also if you want to make a winter one, you can make more rows this way, so you can finish the neck as well. That's something that I was thinking about too. If you want to make it on wool or something like that and just make a neck this way, you can add a few rows that way. And so, it has a lot of options, this top. So let's get started. So to start this top, I made 100 chains, and I joined with slip stitch on the beginning. But then after 35 chains, I placed a marker here, and then the second marker I placed after 15 chains, third marker from here to here, 35 again, and from here to here I have more 15. So that makes my square for the neck. Okay, so this has 30 centimeters, and that's what I like for my neck. If you want this bigger, just make sure you have similar amount of stitches here, and that's for the shoulders, and here that's for your chest and back. Okay, and so I made 35 double crochets, counting with these 2 chains on the beginning, and then here where I had the first marker, I made 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and another 2 double crochets in that same stitch where the marker is. And I'm going to repeat that in every single marker that I have. And all the rest of the stitches I'll be making just double crochets. So 1 double crochet in each chain. But where I have the markers, I'm making 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and another 2 double crochets. So repeat that all the way around this first row. And then we're going to the second row after that. When I'm right on the beginning, I'm going to make, this is gonna count as 1 double crochet, so I'm going to make 2 here in that same one, in that same first chain, 2 chains, and another one here. And then I'm going to slip stitch here, and then I'm gonna change my color. So what I have now is sort of like a square. Okay, so on the next rows we're gonna keep making these same 4 corners here, and then but we're gonna be changing the stitch around the side, around where it is straight here. So we're gonna be only increasing on the corners, and here we're gonna be making just straight. So I'm gonna be changing the color now to another color, and then making a different stitch. Start this row, I made the slip knot on the next color here, and I'm going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, chain 3, sorry. I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to make 1 double crochet in this very next stitch here. I'm going to skip 2 underneath, and then I'm going to double crochet once, chain 1, double crochet 1 in that same stitch. I'm going to skip 2 again, double crochet, chain, double crochet. And I'm going to be repeating that all the way to the next corner, and then the next corner I'm going to double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 2 in chain. So I'm going to do that all the way to the corner, and then I'm going to show you how I made the corner, and then you're going to repeat this stitch the entire all around the neck. Getting here on the first corner, I'm going to skip these 2, and I'm going to repeat that corner. So double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 2, skip 2 here, and then repeat that same stitch. So double crochet 1, chain 1, double crochet 1, repeat this all the way to the other corner, and then the 4 corners are gonna be the same as this one. So yeah, just repeat this this round just like this, and then we are going to change the color again to the next row. We're gonna be using the light pink. Let me see here, yeah. And I want to add that popcorn stitch that I like so much. So here I have 3. So I'm going to add 1 more here, I reckon. I'm going to add 1 more here, because it's better to have more stitches than less. So remember, you did that on the other side as well, okay? So the other side, on the other side, we're gonna have, on the other side, I mean this side here, we have to have this stitch made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay, and that's not gonna happen again, because the next rows we're gonna work on top of the stitches we already have. So here we're gonna repeat what we have here. So we're gonna skip 2, okay, because we want both sides the same. So this side has to be the same of this one has to be the same of this one. So because I skipped 2 there, I'm going to skip 2 here and repeat that same stitch around again all the way, making sure on the other shoulder I'll have the same number of stitches, okay? So here at the end, just make sure you have the same number of stitches here, 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 and here. So I have 6 times these double crochets I was doing here, 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here I have 12 on both sides, okay? And plus the 4 corners. So that way you're gonna have the right amount of stitches to go to the next row. And here we are going to make one slip stitch in the second chain here from the hook. Just slip stitch to wait for the next row, next color. So I'm gonna cut the yarn here, and then I'm going to grab my pink color. So in this next row, I changed the light pink color. And with a slip knot on the beginning here, I made 3 chains. So 3 chains, and I'm going to make 2 other double crochets in chain, in this very next chain. And then I'm going to skip these stitches here, going straight to the this next chain here, and then here. These tails are on the way. I'm going to double crochet 3 this time. Always count my 3 chains from the beginning as a stitch, so I have 3 here, 3 here, and I'm going to keep repeating this all the way until the corner. And when I get to the corner, I'm going to repeat that same corner we had before. So just repeat this row. That's what it is the whole way. And then on the next row we're gonna change again to the blue color, I think, because I'm doing this as we go. Never did this top before. I just saw it online and I really liked it, so I'm making this for me. And just creating a new one as I go. So hope you're enjoying it. Leave me a comment if you like it. Let me know if you had any issues making it. And I'm trying to get better on each video I make. But sometimes, you know, it's people have different skills in crochet and everything, and then it's hard to please everyone sometimes, but I'm doing my best, you know, trying to get better on each video I make. So my next row, I already placed the blue here inside the pink with the slip stitch, and then I'm going to be making 6 double crochets in this same double crochet here, which is right in between both, which is actually the first of the second 3 here. And so skip 3 and then make your first double crochet there. Make sure this is tied. I'm going to be making knots on these tails after, so don't worry about this much now. So here I made 3 double crochets in that same double crochet, 1 chain and 3 other double crochets in that same one. So 3 double crochets, 1 chain, 3 double crochets, and then a single crochet. I'm going to skip 2 underneath and then make 1 single crochet here. Then I'm going to skip 2 again, and I'm going to repeat that. So 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and another 3 double crochets, 1 chain, and another 3. So I'm going to repeat that all the way, but I'm going to keep making the same corners I made before. Okay, so the corners will never change because we need to keep increasing stitches. So we have a flat square, flat rectangle actually. So on this next row I'm using the green color and we are going to, I finished here with a slip stitch. Just gonna pull this tie here. And then I changed to the green color and I made 5 chains. Okay, so I have 5 chains here. And now I'm going to single crochet in this next chain here right in the middle. I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to double crochet in this middle stitch here. So double crochet 1, chain 1, and double crochet 1 more there, and then chain 2 and single crochet in this next chain and repeat. So chain 2, double crochet 1, chain 1, double crochet another one in that same chain, chain 2, and then single crochet in the very next chain. So we'll be repeating that all the way to our first corner. And the corner, we're gonna keep making that same corner we did every other row. And so we're gonna be maintaining this same corners we had in every row. Okay, so they'll be the same, but all the rest of the row is gonna be like that. So you just repeat this all around. And then I'll come back with you guys for the next row. Just before the corner, we'll be making 2 chains and then the corner. So 2 double crochets, 2 chains, or it was 3 chains and another 2 double crochets. Just repeat that same corner, then 2 chains and your 1 double crochet, 1 chain and another double crochet and 2 chains with a single crochet in the very next chain and repeating again. And then this row we're gonna finish with a double crochet in that first stitch, the last stitch from the row before, and 1 chain and a slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook. Okay, so to start the next row, I'm going to just make a knot here, okay, slip stitch there, and then I'm going to start from here just because of the type this stitch is. So we're gonna start just a bit before where we finish this row. Make the slip knot on the beginning there, pull it inside and make a little chain here, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 double crochets. And then we're gonna leave this loop open. I'm gonna come from the first loop here, so put the hook through that 3rd chain and grab this loop here, bring it in from the back. So that's how this stitch will look like. And then make 1, 2, 3, so 3 chains, and then we're gonna repeat the same thing again. So This time 4 double crochets, because we don't have that 2 chains on the beginning. So 3 and 4. Leave the loop open, put the hook through the first double crochet and pull it underneath it. So 1, 2, 3. Repeat the same thing. So we make 4 double crochets just normally, and then leave the loop open, put the hook through the first one. You can make this stitch as well with as many double crochets as you want. A lot of people make with 5, I'm doing with 4, but because I think that's enough, because this yarn is actually thick, and so I'm happy with that, you know. But if you're using a more fine yarn, you might feel like you want another stitch, and there's no problem to put another double crochet there. You just make your flower a little bigger, a little more chunky. So yeah, that's it. Just repeat around, and now I'll be making the same corner again. Okay, so repeat this corner, and all the rest we're gonna be making this stitch here. Just in case you wanna have a better look, this is how our work looks like right now. I finished this row with 3 chains and a slip stitch in that the third chain from the beginning here, and now I made a slip stitch. So in this next row here with a slip knot, we're gonna start right after the first corner with slip stitch, so slip knot and slip stitch here, and then chain 3, double crochet 2 more. And then skip this next popcorn stitch and double crochet 2 in the next 3 chains right on top of them. Don't need to put the stitch, the hook through or anything, just underneath and around it. And we're gonna repeat this all the way, but not the corners. The corners will be the same corners we had the whole way. Make sure you measure on yourself and try it every now and then, because if you are a small size, it might happen that, you know, these rows are enough for you to cover the shoulder already, and then you can go straight to the next part of the tutorial where I'm gonna be working on the body. So be aware of that. You might need less rows depending of your size. And here the last one, these last 3 chains, I'm gonna make 3 double crochets and go straight to the corner here where I'm making 2, 3 and 2. So after I finish each row, I have a look to see if the amount of stitches that I put are good enough. I think it's pretty good to me. I actually have a few more stitches from here to here because of this row here, but that's okay, it's working just fine. So let's finish this row, and then we're gonna make one more row with this blue. this row with a slip stitch in the third chain from the beginning, and I'm gonna finish it off like this. This new row, we're gonna start with the slip knot again in the beginning, and then right after the corner, this second double crochet here, and then slip stitch here, 3 up, and 1 more double crochet in that same stitch, chain 1, and go straight to the middle stitch of the next 3 double crochets. So you're gonna skip 1, 2 on the third one. So 1, 2 double crochets, 1 chain, go to the next one, the second of the 3 double crochets I had before, and make 2, chain 1, 2 more here. Just repeat this row, and as always repeat that same corner, so the corner will never change. So with this pink, all I did was I started here with 3 chains, and I made 3 double crochets and 1 chain in between each one of these 2 double crochets we had on the row before. I kept the same corner, 2 double crochets, 3 chains and another 2 double crochets. And now with this color here, just because I'm running out of this one, I'm going to start here, just right after this corner. I'm going to start with my slip knot here, and right after this first corner here, I'm going to slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 3, 2 again, make 2 double crochets right after it, 1, 2, and a chain here, and another 3 double crochets in between the 3 I had before, 1 chain in between them, and another 3 here. So repeat this row all around, making the same corners again. And then after this row we are going to start working on the body, because we have enough covering the shoulders. Okay, so this is our last 2 rows. They're just basically the same as each other, and I kept that same corner as well. So repeat that, and then we'll be making the body part of it. So I finished this row with the green color, and now what I'm going to do is, because I didn't think this was big enough for my arm, so I'm making it a little bit bigger with 6 chains in between both corners. Okay, that just to make sure my arm's gonna fit here. Now if you are a large size, I would consider making 1 more row of this same last row here, or 2, just, you know, try it on and see how you go on yourself. But yeah, I had to make a few chains underneath the arm here, just to make sure my arm would gonna fit and it wouldn't be too tight, you know, because I don't like tight stuff. So just make 6 chains there, from one corner to another. So I'm going to slip stitch and then put the hook through that chain right in the middle of this corner here, pull it through, slip stitch, and then we're gonna chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the other corner, on the other side here, we are going to slip stitch again to close it, and then you can cut this yarn off. So now we can start the next row here, and we're gonna start going around just the bottom part of it. We are not gonna be making anything to the sleeves anymore, just a little stitch to finish at the end. So after you did this here, these 6 chains here, just try it on yourself and see, have a look if that was enough and how, if it feels comfortable on you. Okay, to work with the same color. So if you're working on the same color, you actually don't need to cut here, you can start working straight from here, but I didn't, so I'll just start from this corner here. And now I won't have corners anymore, so I'll be working only on the round. So I'm gonna see how we go and how many double crochets do I have to do, if I have to make 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet. Okay, so that's all I'm doing on this row here. Really just double crochets all around it. And then when we finish this, I'm gonna be changing to the blue color and working blue all the way down. Now here, getting to this part here underneath your arm, just making 1 extra right on that junction there, just to cover it, and then just make 1 double crochet to each one of your chains here. I'm also covering the tail behind it. So I finished this row here, and I actually just tried on myself just to see if it was big enough, if it was the right size for me. So do that yourself, so you don't have to open too many after if you got the wrong size. For me it was perfect, this one. And so now I'm going to make 1 more row with the cream color before I change to the blue, and then I'm gonna go down with a few more rows on the blue, because that's gonna be right on top of the breast, and I don't want to be wearing, because I don't like to wear bra, so I don't want to be having to wear a bra. So there was a plane passing through. Anyway, slip knot, and then here 2 chains or 3 depending on what you like, to start this next row, and then just double crochet all around it. And after this row I'll be making a few rows with the blue, okay, and then I'll come back. So you make enough rows to cover your breast, and then after the nipples and the breast covered, we're gonna start making these different stitches, more open stitches again. So here, as you can see, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of just double crochets here, and then I just repeated this same row here, which is 3 double crochets in the same double crochet, and then 1 chain in between them, and I skip always 2 underneath. Okay, so I made 2 rows of that, and I'm gonna make a third one because I still think it's too short, so I'm going to make one more with the pink. Okay, and then I'm going to join with the granny squares that I've already made. So I'm making 8 granny squares, and then I'm going to weave them together at the end. So yeah, I'll be making a few more rows here because it's a bit too short for me. I tried on myself and I think I still need more rows, so I'll be making maybe 1 or 2 more rows here, and then I'm going to join together with the granny squares. Show you how I made these granny squares. And so I started with the magic ring, and this is the magic ring here, and then chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and then 11 double crochets with 1 chain in the middle. So double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain, until you count 11 double crochets, and then you single crochet in the 3rd chain from the beginning. So I'm going to start with the slip knot, put it through the loop, pull it a bit, and then here in this row I'm going to just make a slip stitch here in this 1st chain here, slip stitch there, and then I'm going to chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain. So chain 4 and single crochet in the next chain. So repeat that until you have 12 arches. Okay, so because we are going to make a square, so we need 12 of these arches here at the end. And then we are going to change to the other color and start round 3. So I'm going to be making my last single crochet where I had the first one here, right on the first one, and I'm going to make a slip knot here, and then chain to cut this yarn off, cut here, because on the next row I'm going to be starting right on top of one of my arches. And so with this color here, so make your slip knot, and then in this very next one here, just put your hook underneath the arch of chains, and then slip stitch, and I'll be working on top of the tail here just because I can. So chain 2 or chain 3 here, okay, and then make 2 other double crochets in that same arch underneath it, and then you're gonna single crochet in the next arch. 1, 2, 3, single crochet, a double crochet in the arch, single crochet on the next arch. So chain 3, and then double crochet 2 in that arch, single crochet on the next arch. So repeat this around until you are back here. We're gonna finish right on the beginning here with a slip stitch again. And that's how it's looking like right now. So you can finish your row where you started with slip stitch again, and just cut this yarn off because we are going to start from the top here, the next row. And we're going to use now this color here. So slip knot here, and then right on that third chain from the beginning, put it through it, and then make a slip stitch. Slip stitch right on top there. And all we're gonna do in this row is chain 5, and then single crochet in the third chain of the next 3 stitches here. Chain 5, single crochet in the next third chain. So repeat this around again, and then keep this color at the end because we're gonna make a second row with the same color. When you get to the last one we're gonna make a bit different because we're going to start the next row. We want to start the next row from the middle here. So we're gonna make 3 chains, and then 1 double crochet in that first in that third chain where we started. So double crochet there, and then as you can see we're right in the middle of this arch, so ready to start the next row, which is gonna be 3 double crochets in this arch. So double crochet 3, 2, 3, and then chain 3, and then double crochet 3 more, all in that same arch of chains. And then after this we are going to just single crochet in the next arch, and then chain 5 again, single crochet in the next arch, and then from here we're gonna make our second corner of 3 double crochets, 3 chains, and another 3 double crochets. And we are going to repeat that around. We should have 4 corners at the end because we want to make a square. So just repeat that around. After the third double crochet, single crochet in the next arch, chain 5, and single crochet in the next arch to start the next corner. So we're gonna repeat that, and then we are going to change to the blue color. Stitch here, we're gonna slip stitch in that first double crochet we had. So slip stitch here, and you can cut this off to start the next row. And then the next row will be making with the blue. Slip stitch, slip knot. I keep like mixing both. Anyway, slip knot, and then put through that third double crochet the second double crochet of the beginning here, and then pull it, slip stitch, and then chain 2, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 2, and then we'll be making the first corner. I'm gonna change this corner a little bit. I'm going to make 2 double crochets, 3 chains, and another 2 double crochets this time. So this is gonna be my corner, okay? But because I'm going to join now my squares, I'm going to make it only till the first chain, the first chain here, and then after this first chain, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start joining with my other granny squares. So the way I join it, I'm going to face both wrong sides to each other like this, and then just grab both grannies together and single crochet after that first chain here. I'm going to single crochet in the same corner on the other side, on the other granny, and then chain 1. So single crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet 2 back on the working granny. So double crochet 2 here, and then chain 1, and then single crochet on the other side to join again. So we'll be joining always on this where I have the chains, and then chain 1, and then where I'm going to double crochet, skip 1 here, double crochet 2 times in these 2 next double crochets here, and then chain 1, and again single crochet on the other side, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets in this next arch here. There's a crow here, he doesn't stop with this noise. So double crochet 2 on top of the chains, and then single crochet 1 in the next 2 chains on the other side, chain 1, and then again double crochet in the very next double crochet 1, double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, and then join with a single crochet in the next 2 chains on the other side, on the other granny, chain 1, and then start the second corner. So 2 double crochets, 1 chain, single crochet in the other on the other corner, chain, and 2 double crochets. So now I'm going to make just a normal, this side is just gonna be normal, but the other side I'm gonna join the same way we did just then with this side here, okay? So 2 chains, I'm not making 3, I'm making 2, and then I'm skipping this next one here, and then 1 double crochet in each double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets in chain, chain 2, 1 double crochet in the very next double crochet, and another one on the next one, and then chain 2, and then start the next corner. So double crochet 2, chain 1, and then we're going to join this, close this, because I have 8, okay? So you make the enough number of squares, of granny squares to go around. I'm gonna show you actually. So I made 8 because I thought that 9 would be a bit too much, and then I'm going to stitch this part together with this part. Okay, and that's how I'm going to stitch So you make enough grannies to cover this part here. They have to be sort of the same size, okay? So because we're gonna stitch them together and we need them to be of a similar size, okay? So if you need more granny squares, just make more granny squares. I needed 8 of them to cover that size. So now I'm going to, again, place both wrong sides facing each other this way. Then chain 1, and we're gonna repeat that same thing we did to join the other side. Make sure they're sitting flat, not twisted or anything. So I'm going to join them both together, and then I'm going to make one more row or two on this part here because I thought it was a bit too small. I'm going to just repeat this same row again with another color, and then I'm going to show you how you join them both parts together. So when I finished here, I left a long tail of yarn so I could use to stitch together with the other side. I'm gonna be using the blue color to stitch both sides together, and I'm gonna be probably making, so I'll be making one more row with the pink and one more row with the blue, so I can, when I stitch them both together, the color won't show. Here, after you finished all your grannies and you finished all your rows from the main part of this top, we are going to place some markers. Here are my markers. I had one more. Where is it? We're gonna place markers so we don't, you know, so we stitch this the right way, and at the end we have this. That's how I want this to look like. So I want 4 grannies to the front, 4 to the back. So I'm going to place markers right here on this, right in the middle here of the arm, with the middle here of these grannies. I'm going to place a marker right in the middle of this top, which is around here. So here and here. And this is just to make sure I'm going to, because I have less stitches here than here, you know, I need to know where I'm at with my stitches. And then I'm going to place a marker right here underneath this arm here, and with this corner here, with this, where the 2 grannies connect each are joined, and probably here as well. So on the back part of it, here's the other one. On the back part of it, we're gonna do the same thing. Right in the middle, around here somewhere, we're going to place a marker, and so then we can start stitching, and when we get to the markers, that's where we have to be with the, you know, with the stitches. So I also have to turn this from the front to the back, inside out, I mean. So I'm gonna turn this inside out to start stitching. Okay, so I'm looking at both wrong sides of this top, and I have 4 markers to help me stitching this the right way. So where is it? Oh my god, here. So I'm here, I'm starting from there, then I'm going to grab this way, like this, to start stitching. And then I'm going to go around this piece. The way I like to stitch is I'm going to start from this way, is the outside of the little loop outside on this stitch, and outside of that stitch. So if you feel the need of skipping a few stitches on this side because it's a little bigger, you just do it, okay? So you're gonna be making on this very next one, but you're gonna skip one on that side. So that way they're gonna meet at in the middle there where we have the marker. We need to make sure they meet here. So if we have to, skip a few stitches in one side or the other, because it's really hard to actually make the same number of stitches. So that's what you do, so you avoid, so you get it right at the end. You can also finish this. What I'm doing is I'm making some knots here. Like I make 2 knots, I weave that in with a hook, just, you know, put the tails inside a few stitches, and then you just cut it off. You know, it's just like, it's too many to, you know, weave, to use the tapestry needle. And also if the tapestry needle, what happens is you have to leave longer tails and you end up using much more material. This one is the one of the magic ring. I just cut it off straight away. I don't finish it off. And so, yeah, maybe finish them if you feel like it before, so it's easier to stitch and they are not on the way. And then, so here I'm going to be stitching just this way. I skipped one again there on the other side, so when I get to where my marker